KCBS News Time, 8:58. Going to the Orchard Supply Hardware Traffic Center where Kim's waiting for us and taking us to Alamo.
Yep, you're not going to get there very quickly, though. Northbound on 680 up by Stone Valley. The better news is this multi-car crash pretty quickly cleared to the shoulder, according to CHP. The bad news is it pretty quickly backed up into Danville, right around El Cerro. You're going to hit the heavy traffic out to the accident scene. Opposite side of the freeway was slow anyway. South of the 24 interchange, right around that Rossmore turnoff, it's heavy down past the scene of that crash. We're also taking a look at traffic as you make your way along Highway 24. Here's Ron Servey in Mobile One.
Well, the heavy traffic on 24 now as you make your way in the westbound direction, beginning as you make your way into the Orinda area. That'll continue almost out to the Caldecott Tunnel.
Look at Livermore on 580. That's Derek Smith, Sky 3.
One stretch of stop and go left on westbound 580. That extends from Vasco Road over to North Livermore Avenue.
And we have what's kind of the usual now. Northbound 85 approaching 280 in Cupertino. There's still heavy traffic in pockets most of the way out towards Sunnyvale and the connection with Highway 237. Your next update, 9:08 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Mix of sun and clouds today, probably more clouds than sun. KCBS News Time, 9:08. First for traffic, Kim's in the Orchard Supply Hardware Traffic Center, starting us in Marin.
It looks a little better on the northern portion. We had a problem earlier in the commute around Marinwood. The slow traffic begins about Ignacio, and it's basically just sluggish to the Terra Linda side. Another hiccup of slow traffic, though, from 580 down to Sir Francis Drake. We heard from Wayne of the KCBS phone force. There was a car that was blocking the carpool lane when he passed, stalled out there. And by the way, we have a big backup trying to get into San Anselmo. There is a big road project going on right at the hub on Sir Francis Drake near Red Hill. It's counter the commute direction, but if you're heading, say, westbound, it's backed up from the west end of San Rafael right now, trying to get out to that interchange. So you might want to stick with Greenfield and use that as the alternate route. We're looking at 101 as you come up the peninsula or down to the peninsula. Alan Brooks has it in Mobile 2.
The difficulty is definitely on the southbound side. We're seeing slowing as you move past SFO, and that stretches all the way down to Millbrae and Burlingame to Highway 92 in San Mateo.
Yeah, there was an earlier stall down there at 92, but they had cleared that, but we're still seeing the after effects. Upper deck of the Bay Bridge, looks like there's a stall there westbound after the tunnel. Right lane blocked, according to Brian of the KCBS phone force, but no wait at the toll plaza. Your next update, 9:18 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Temperatures are a little below average today in the Bay Area. We have
KCBS News Time, 9:18. First for traffic, Kim's in the Orchard Supply Hardware Traffic Center.
Well, things were quieting down at the Bay Bridge. In fact, they had deactivated the metering lights. I'm not sure if they're going to leave them off because there is word of a stall on the upper deck right around the tunnel area in the far right lane. And I'm seeing a little bit of a backup now at the toll plaza starting to reform when it had all gone away. North 880, I'm getting first report of an accident over by the Coliseum. North 880 up by 66th Avenue. The second report puts it at Davis Street, which is quite a way south. In fact, that's San Leandro side. I am seeing a little bit of stop-and-go traffic, though, heading out toward the Coliseum, northbound on the Nimitz. So be forewarned, a lane may be blocked. Their left lane, it looks like. Possible injury accident, they're telling us now. We're also looking at 580. Maybe you've taken that through the Castro Valley side. Ron Servey's there in Mobile 1.
Yeah, coming up out of Castro Valley, but into the Oakland area, Kim, we do have slow traffic beginning right around High Street. This will continue up into the Oakland Highlands. It's not solid like it was earlier, but on and off from that point out just beyond Lakeshore.
And it looks like there may be an accident on the Fremont side of the Nimitz Freeway, too. South 880 down by the truck scale area. This is the area just a little bit south of Automall Parkway. Traffic is backed up almost all the way into Newark at this point, so do expect delays there as well. Your next update, 9:28 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
now the Mancini Sleep World 6-day forecast. Toward Mancini Sleep World's Sealy.
KCBS News Time, 9:28. First for traffic, heading to the Nimitz with Kim. And Kim, your update's sponsored by Mike Spikes.
Well, despite reports to the contrary, this accident appears to be right by the Coliseum, just north of Hagenberger, before you get to 66th Avenue, north 880. In any case, traffic is backed up a little bit beyond 98th Avenue. It's being cleared. It was a 3-car crash blocking the left lane. The southbound side's also slow. People looking over the center divide. You're backed up a little beyond 66th Avenue there. Taking a look at 280, the extension in San Francisco. How we doing there, Alan Brooks?
Well, they're trying to sneak into downtown San Francisco the back way using the northbound 280 extension. Still some stalling here from just after Mariposa out to 6th and King.
It's a slow roller, not quite a breakdown from what the bridge is telling us here at the Bay Bridge. There is definitely a lane blocked, one of the right lanes as you make your way out of the tunnel. That has backed up traffic all along the cantilever. What a shame, because this commute really thinned out early. Metering lights may be back on. I see a backup at the toll plaza. It's starting to grow into the east parking lot again. Your next update, 9:38 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Sunshine inland, a little gray near the coast. Temperatures 60s and 70s near the bay.
KCBS News Time, 9:38, first for traffic and sponsored by Allstate. Kim Wonderly starts us at the Bay Bridge.
Yeah, this is kind of a drag because this commute thinned out very early, Susan, but now it's backing up again at the toll plaza. Excuse me while I clear my throat. There, that's better. There's been a stall on the upper deck, or a very slow-moving vehicle, in any case, just on the other side of the tunnel. It's unclear whether they've cleared the lanes. It was reported in the number 4 lane, then it was reported in the number 5 lane, which would be the far right lane around the center anchorage. In any case, I can tell you that the suspension span is starting to back up, as well as that cantilever portion. The metering lights are back on as of about 8 minutes ago, and now we have a line forming through the east parking lot. It's not a horrible line, but we were down to nothing earlier, so a bit of a drag there. South 101, I'm getting word of a reported accident near North San Pedro coming down toward the Civic Center up in San Rafael. And by the way, the west end of San Rafael, as you make your way across to Sir Francis Drake, is all jammed up into San Anselmo because of that road project. This is on the westbound side. Those lanes are jammed. You might want to think about jumping on Greenfield instead. Southbound 880 down by the Automall Parkway exit. There was an accident that was supposed to have been cleared, but traffic is still very heavy through Fremont as a result. And northbound 880 is looking a little bit better, but an accident up by the Coliseum still has traffic slow on both sides. Your Allstate Good Hands route is the MacArthur Freeway through Oakland. That is completely cleared out. Your next update is 9:48 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Forecast, it's going to be a split decision. Inland, sunny, and mild today. Not quite up.
KCBS News Time, 9:48, first for traffic and sponsored by AC Transit. Let's return to the Nimitz with Kim.
That accident in Fremont was a multi-car crash. Everyone's off to the shoulder now, Susan. South 680. It's before you get down to Mission Boulevard South, right around the truck scales. That traffic, though, is a little slow from Sheridan. This is on the Fremont side of the Sunol grade. Also, southbound 880 down by Automall Parkway, there was an accident. Traffic is still backed up coming down from the Newark side. North 101 through San Jose, still a little bout of heavy traffic at this point from Alum Rock out to Trimble Road. Then you pick up the pace heading out toward the Sunnyvale side. A little bit of slow traffic again into Mountain View out toward Shoreline. We're still seeing a little bit of slow traffic in front of the Coliseum, but traffic is recovering from a late accident north 880 out by 66th Avenue. Bay Bridge is taking care of its problems on the upper deck. We have just a minimal delay left at the tolls. There's still a little bit of heavy traffic entering that S-curve area into the tunnel, and then sluggish on the upper deck as you make your way onto the Skyway. Your next update, 9:58 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Here's the Mancini Sleep World 6-day
KCBS News Time, 9:58, first for traffic. Here's Kim Wonderly.
Now, mostly we're just left with the remnants from some earlier problems. We are looking at the Bay Bridge. The backup that formed again at the toll plaza because of a late stall on the upper deck has pretty much reduced to almost nothing. There's still just a little blip of slowing right in front of the tunnel as you make your way from that S-curve. Most of the upper deck traffic that was so sluggish when that stall was out there is just about completely thinned out. Still looking at some slow speeds into San Mateo, southbound 101, just a little south of Broadway Burlingame. We're seeing sluggish traffic that turns a bit heavier the closer you get down to the 92 interchange. Once you pass Hillsdale, though, you're A-OK as you head down the peninsula. We're looking at some slow traffic still for San Jose. It's clearing up from Alum Rock, north 101 out toward 880. The little bout of stop and go takes you past Mineta San Jose Airport, and things begin to open up for you as you pass Trimble Road. Nimitz Freeway also recovering from a late accident that was south 880 in Fremont down by Automall. It's just sluggish traffic, no longer stop and go there. Your next update is 10:08 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Mix of sun and clouds today. More clouds near the coast and temperatures fairly cool. KCBS News Time 10:08. First for traffic, sponsored by Safeway. Mitch Thompson takes us to Sunnyvale. Good morning, Mitch.
Good morning, Rebecca. Good morning, Melissa. Welcome back. Lawrence Expressway northbound at Kiefer Road. An accident with 3 vehicles blocking the left lane. The California Highway Patrol, they are on their way to the scene. Bay Bridge westbound. The metering lights are on, although traffic is just slow from those metering lights up to the S-curve. It's sluggish traffic there, although that may even be thinning out as well, and the metering lights should be off here shortly if they're not already. If you're traveling over to the Golden Gate Bridge span, traffic conditions are moving well into and out of San Francisco across the mighty span. Santa Clara Montague Expressway westbound at Lick Mill Boulevard, a 2-car accident. The 2 left lanes are blocked. One of the vehicles involved has overturned. Sam and Bruce of the KCBS phone force tipped us off. Traffic's backed up from North 1st Street as a result. And in Castro Valley, 238 northbound, expect delays from 580 out past East 14th Street. First for traffic all day and all night. Your next update is at 10:18 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Expect partly cloudy skies, maybe even mostly cloudy in some areas. KCBS News Time 10:18. We are ready for another look at traffic with Mitch Thompson.
All right, we're going to start in San Jose. KCBS's very own Matt Bigler called to tip us off to an accident on Highway 87 northbound. Just before Julian, it looks like a couple of cars and a couple of motorcycles are involved in this accident. The 2 left lanes are blocked. Traffic is just beginning to slow, approaching the area again. This is northbound 87 before Julian Street. 2 cars and 2 motorcycles blocking the 2 left lanes. Montague Expressway westbound at Lick Mill Boulevard, 2 left lanes blocked here as well with an accident which involves an overturned vehicle. If you're traveling through Mountain View or rather in Oakland, southbound 880, that's stop and go between 66th Avenue and Hagenberger Road. And in Sunnyvale, northbound Lawrence Expressway, Kiefer Road, a 3-car pileup. That has the left lane blocked with traffic backed up to Cabrillo Avenue. Mountain View, North 101, that's slow from Shoreline to Rengstorff as you head through that pinch point we know as the construction zone. First for traffic all day and all night. Your next update, 10:28 on the traffic leader, KCB.
Let's take a look at the 6-day forecast now. Here's Lawrence Carnow from the KPIX5 Weather Center. KCBS News Time 10:28. Our traffic update with Mitch Thompson is sponsored by National University.
2 lanes blocked in San Jose, 87 northbound at Julian Street. This accident involving at least 1 motorcycle and a car that collided. Now they're saying this may have been caused by a vacuum cleaner that was on the freeway and resulted in this accident. Traffic is backed up now from Park Avenue or Highway 82. San Francisco northbound 101, that's stop and go from Interstate 80 to Octavia Street. So in the entire length of the Central Freeway is heavy and slow this morning. That is nothing new for this time of day. Westbound Montague Expressway at Lake Mill Boulevard in Santa Clara. 2 left lanes blocked here as well. One of the cars involved in this accident has overturned. Emergency crews are on scene thanks to Bruce of the KCBS phone force with the update, which has traffic backed up to Trimble. Your next update, 10:38, traffic leader, KCBS.
Expect partly cloudy skies throughout the afternoon today. We'll have highs. KCBS News Time 10:38, and we're ready to head out and take another look at traffic with Mitch Thompson. His report is sponsored by Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk.
Back to San Jose we go, northbound 87. That's Guadalupe Parkway at Julian. A motorcycle accident still blocking the 2 left lanes. There were several other vehicles involved as well, but they look like they may be off to the shoulder. Now the CHP saying this accident may have been caused by a vacuum cleaner that was down on freeway lanes, and that may have caused this accident to occur. In Santa Clara, Montague Expressway westbound at Lick Mill Boulevard, an accident with 1 overturned vehicle. The 2 left lanes are blocked. You're backed up there from Trimble Road. Northbound 101 out of Mountain View, slow from Shoreline Boulevard up to Oregon Expressway as you make your way through the pinch point. That is the construction area. Eastbound 380 at 101 on the connector ramp to northbound, a mattress. It's in the right lane of that connector. Brian of the KCBS phone force called it in. CHP aware of it. They're on their way to put that to bed. First for traffic around the clock, your next update, 10:48 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Well, the low clouds will persist near the coastline, but mostly sunny everywhere else this afternoon. KCBS News Time, 10:48. We're all set for more traffic with Mitch Thompson. His report sponsored by Grayton Resort and Casino.
Couple of accidents in the South Bay. We begin with northbound 87 Guadalupe Parkway at Julian. A motorcycle and a car still blocking the two left lanes. There may be other vehicles involved, but they're out of lanes to the shoulder now. The accident may have been caused by a vacuum cleaner that was also on the freeway earlier. If you're traveling through Santa Clara, we told you about a wreck with an overturned vehicle blocking two lanes westbound Montague Expressway at Lickmill Boulevard. That accident has been cleared from lanes now. All lanes reopen again westbound Montague at Lickmill. You can use this again. Traffic's backed up from Trimble Road, but that should begin to loosen up now that the road is cleared. Westbound upper deck of the Bay Bridge on the incline heads up for a stall. That's blocking the right lane. If you're headed to the toll plaza, that's a ghost town right now. Those metering lights should be off. First for traffic around the clock, your next update, 10:58 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Time to check in with Lawrence Carnow in the KPIX 5 Weather Center.
KCBS News Time, 10:58. Another look at traffic with Mitch Thompson.
Better news for your trip through San Jose. Just got word from the CHP that this accident northbound 87 at Julian Street has been cleared from lanes, so those two left lanes reopen. Now, traffic's been stop and go from 280, but this should begin to loosen up now that the roadway is clear. Emeryville West 80 after Powell Street, a three-car accident. Carl of the phone force tipped us off, says traffic is stop and go from University Avenue. All three cars are over on the right shoulder. Upper deck of the Bay Bridge westbound incline. Bridge crews are pushing a stall out of lanes from the right lane. Traffic is slow from the metering lights area. And northbound 101, Mountain View slow. Shoreline out to Oregon Expressway as you head through the construction area. Southbound 101, that's heavy from Poplar to Hillsdale as you head out of San Mateo for the Belmont area. First for traffic, whenever you're on the road, your next update, 11:08 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Mostly sunny skies expected throughout the afternoon today. That coastal fog will persist.
KCBS News Time, 11:08. Mitch Thompson's got our traffic update now, sponsored by Big O Tires.
Emeryville West 80 after Powell Street, an accident. Three cars involved here. Carl, the phone force tipped us off. Your backup extends from Gilman Street. Westbound 80 over at the Bay Bridge Toll Plaza. You'll find a little bit of slow traffic from the metering lights up the incline and out towards the S-curve. This due to an earlier stall near Treasure Island, which is now cleared. Montague Expressway westbound at Lickmill Boulevard, a crash involving an overturned vehicle. That's been cleared from lanes, but traffic remains heavy through the area. At one point, it was backed up from Trimble Road. Highway 4 eastbound at Bailey Road, a two-car wreck right shoulder. West 24, Camino Pablo and Orinda, pieces of wood debris. They're in the center lane of traffic. And the Great Highway southbound closed today for sand removal between Lincoln and Sloat. No estimated time for reopening. First for traffic around the clock, your next update, 11:18 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Expect mostly sunny skies around most of the Bay Area. Some clouds hugging the immediate.
KCBS News Time, 11:18. We've got a traffic update for you now with Mitch Thompson.
After several earlier accidents, things seem to be settling down on this mid-morning ride. Benicia Bridge, North 680 before the toll plaza. Heads up, though, there's some metal plates reported on the freeway in the right lane. Highway 24 eastbound doing its normal slowdown, approaching the Caldecott Tunnel from right around Highway 13 with just one open bore in the eastbound direction for a while longer. They'll open that middle bore for eastbound travel around noon. Bay Bridge westbound looking good. No delays to the toll plaza. A little sluggish traffic from the incline to the S-curve. There was an earlier stall in that stretch. It's long gone. Westbound 80 sluggish. Gilman Street out to Powell Street as you make your way from Berkeley into Emeryville. First for traffic, whenever you're on the road, your next update, 11:28 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Well, we're talking warm-up for the weekend. Let's take a look at the 6-day forecast.
KCBS News Time, 11:28. We're ready to check the traffic. Once again, Mitch Thompson's report sponsored by Chevron Extra Mile.
Southbound Park Presidio at Fulton, we have a report of a tile truck that lost its load of tile into the right and middle lanes. Crews are on scene working to clear the roadway, but traffic is squeezing by in the left lane only. Traffic is backed up from Geary Boulevard. In Oakland, Highway 24 eastbound, that's slow from Highway 13 as you make your way out to the Caldecott Tunnel. Westbound 80 is sluggish between Gilman Street and Berkeley and the MacArthur Maze in Oakland. In Walnut Creek, heads up a stalled vehicle northbound 680 at Highway 24 in the Walnut Creek interchange. That stall has the third lane from the left blocked. And in Woodside, North 280 after Edgewood, lumber in the right lane. That lumber has vehicles swerving around it, so beware. Bay Bridge, metering lights finally off. No delay at the toll plaza, and traffic, which had been slow up the incline out to the S-curve, well, that's loosened up as well. An earlier stall in that stretch is just a memory. First for traffic around the clock, your next update is at 11:38 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Expect a few clouds to persist at the coastline, otherwise mostly sunny throughout the afternoon. KCBS News Time 11:38. We are first for traffic with Mitch Thompson, and his report is sponsored by Mike's Bikes.
A disabled vehicle north 680 at Highway 24 blocks the third lane from the left as you head for the Walnut Creek interchange. Heads up. Woodside 280 northbound after Edgewood. Some lumber on the freeway. It's affecting the right lane, and vehicles are swerving around it. Highway 24 eastbound slows between 13 and the Caldecott Tunnel. Berkeley still sluggish westbound 80 from Gilman Street to Powell Street as you make your way into Emeryville. Your Bay Bridge backup minimal. For cash payers on the right side, you're backed up less than the end of the east parking lot, about the mid-lot. Walnut Creek, well, we told you about that stall. If you head over through the San Francisco area, don't forget Great Highway southbound shut down again today for sand removal between Lincoln and Sloat. Northbound is open. No estimated time for reopening those southbound lanes. Your next update, 11:48 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
We'll see a few clouds at the coast all day long. Otherwise, mostly sunny skies around the Bay Area with highs. KCBS News Time 11:48. Our traffic update is sponsored this time around by Grayton Resort and Casino.
First stop, San Francisco, southbound Park Presidio at Fulton. We have a truck that lost its load into the right and middle lanes of traffic. It's a load of tile. Crews are on scene. They're working to clear it up. Traffic is squeezing past the scene in the left lane only, and you're backed up from Geary Boulevard thanks to the KCBS phone force. They alerted us to this problem. North 680 at Highway 24, a stall being cleared from the third lane from the left as you approach the Walnut Creek interchange. Southbound 680 Bollinger Canyon Road, an accident with a car and a big rig involved. They're both off to the right shoulder. In Hayward, North 880 at A Street, a stalled vehicle blocks the on-ramp to northbound. And in Oakland, northbound 880 at Hagenberger Road, a two-car accident blocks the off-ramp. And you will find traffic a little heavy getting off the freeway there. Fremont, South 880 at Stevenson, a large piece of tire tread in the two left lanes. First for traffic with 1,000 reports a week. Your next update, 11:58 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
The 6-day forecast calling for mostly sunny skies inland around the bay this afternoon. KCBS News Time 11:58. Mitch Thompson's first for traffic, so we'll take a look at the roads.
Northbound 280 after Edgewood and Woodside heads up lumber in the road. It's in the right lane. Doubling grade west 580 at Eden Canyon Road. A large dolly that's ended up in the center lane. Hello. Walnut Creek, North 680 at Highway 24. A stalled vehicle. It's in the third lane from the left. And in Hayward, North 880 at A Street. A stall blocks the A Street on-ramp as CHP is responding to the scene there. We told you about a problem in San Francisco. It's southbound along Park Presidio at Fulton. A tile truck lost its load, spilled it onto the two right lanes. Cars are squeezing past the scene in the left lane as the cleanup continues. Traffic at last check was backed up all the way to Geary Boulevard. Highway 24 eastbound, that's slow from Highway 13 out to the Caldecott. That should begin to thin out now as soon as they open that middle bore for eastbound traffic. Your next update, 12:08, traffic leader, KCBS.
Mostly sunny this afternoon. We've got some clouds that'll stick around the coast all day long.
KCBS News Time 12:08. We're first for traffic with Mitch Thompson this afternoon. His report is sponsored by the Grayton Resort and Casino.
San Francisco, our first stop, southbound Park Presidio at Fulton. A tile truck lost its load onto the roadway. The two right lanes are affected. Drivers are able to squeeze past the scene in the left lane only now. Emergency crews are on scene, and they are working to clear the roadway. Traffic's backed up from Geary Boulevard as a result. In Oakland, Highway 24 eastbound traffic still sluggish from Highway 13 out to the Caldecott Tunnel, although that should loosen up here shortly when they open the middle bore for your eastbound travel. Northbound 280 before Highway 92. Michael of the phone force says somebody lost a wheelbarrow on the freeway. That is in the right lane. South 680 at Sycamore Valley Road, a ladder. That's in the right lane as well. And in Hayward, northbound 880 at the A Street on-ramp heads up for a stalled vehicle. That on-ramp is partially blocked. First for traffic with 1,000 reports a week. Your next update's 12:18 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Mostly sunny skies around the Bay Area this afternoon. There will be some... KCBS News Time 12:18. Let's hit the road and check traffic with Mitch Thompson.
Well, the biggest problem on the big board is southbound Park Presidio at Fulton, where a tile truck lost its load in the two right lanes of traffic. The cleanup continues there with traffic squeezing by in the left lane. You're backed up from Geary Boulevard as a result. 680 southbound at Bollinger Canyon Road, an accident moved to the right shoulder. A car and a big rig involved there. There is no backup. Kathy Coates joins us now in KCBS Sky 5. She has a look at your right on 580 in Castro Valley, 880 in Hayward.
Westbound 580 fine if you're heading out of Castro Valley. No delays getting on to 238, which is at the limit out to the Nimitz Freeway in Hayward.
Northbound 880 at Hagenberger Road in Oakland, a two-car accident was blocking the off-ramp. The CHP's there. They have cleared that ramp now. And in Orinda, eastbound 24, traffic may still be a bit sluggish approaching the Caldecott. It had been backed up from Highway 13, but that middle bore should be open now for eastbound travel. First for traffic around the clock, your next update, 1228 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
The 6-day forecast calling for mostly sunny skies pretty much everywhere this afternoon.
KCBS News Time 1228. We're ready to take another look at traffic with Mitch Thompson, sponsored by Big O Tires.
Southbound Park Presidio at Fulton, a tile truck lost its load into the right lane and the middle lane. So again, the two right lanes blocked here. Crews are on scene working to pick all that tile up and clean it up. Traffic is squeezing by in the left lane of traffic, but you're stacked up now from Geary Boulevard. KCBS Sky 5, Kathy Coates is over the MacArthur Maze. Here's your look as you make your trip over to the Bay Bridge.
And not a problem if you're heading westbound 80 from Golden Gate Fields out to the MacArthur Maze. No backup at the Bay Bridge Toll Plaza, and traffic fine on the upper deck as you head into San Francisco.
680 southbound at Bollinger Canyon Road, a car and a big rig involved in a wreck. They're off to the right shoulder. Westbound 80 at Mace Boulevard in the Davis area. We have a report of a grass fire that's burning in the center divide. The fire department responding there. First for traffic, whenever you're on the road, your next update is at 1238 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Expect mostly sunny skies just about everywhere this afternoon. There will...
KCBS News Time 1238. We're back to traffic with Mitch Thompson, sponsored by AM/PM.
Well, we had some problems in San Francisco on Park Presidio. We sent KCBS Sky 5, Kathy Coates, over the area to check it out.
That's right. That earlier tile truck that had spilled its load on Park Presidio at Fulton has been cleared, so the lanes are open. No delays between Golden Gate Park and the Presidio.
South 101 at Ellis in Mountain View, we do have a report of a stalled vehicle mostly off to the center divide, but it may be sticking out into the left lane, so heads up if you're driving in the area. BART's delayed, no delays, I should say. They have 51 trains currently rolling on time. An excellent way to navigate the Bay at this hour. And in Davis, westbound 80 before Mace Boulevard, firefighters on scene of a small grass fire that's burning off to the center divide. If you're in slow traffic in either direction through there, that's the reason why. First for traffic all day and all night. Your next update, 1248 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
The Bay Area forecast sponsored by Allstate. You're in good hands this afternoon if you've got some sun.
KCBS News Time 1248. All set for another look at traffic with Mitch Thompson. His report is sponsored this time around by AM/PM.
Well, you know, it's a slow traffic day when you're leading off with the car hood that's in the roadway. Northbound 87 Guadalupe Parkway after Taylor Street. It's in the middle lane of traffic. And, of course, that's good news for commuters because you're looking pretty good out there with nary a stall or accident to warn you about at this point. We check back in with Kathy Coates. She's flying high over San Francisco.
And it is a great ride on northbound 101. Not a delay from 280 around Hospital Curve, and the Skyway looks great out to the lower deck of the Bay Bridge.
Metering lights off at the Bay Bridge Toll Plaza. No delay across that upper deck into the city. Eastbound traffic looks good into Oakland. Westbound 80, which had been sluggish out of Berkeley into Emeryville, that's loosened up nicely. BART, an excellent way to get around the Bay. 52 trains currently rolling on time. First for traffic around the clock. Your next update is at 1258 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Let's take a look at the 6-day forecast now, starting with this afternoon where things are mostly sunny everywhere but the...
KCBS News Time 1258. Mitch Thompson's got a traffic update heading to Walnut Creek from the Orchard Supply Hardware Traffic Center.
Heads up if you use the Olympic Boulevard off-ramp from southbound 680. We're getting word of a stalled car there blocking the right lane of that off-ramp. Let's check the Mid-Peninsula. Look at the Bayshore Freeway with KCBS Sky 5, Kathy Coates.
No problems for your ride along the Mid-Peninsula between Menlo Park and Highway 92 in San Mateo.
Bay Bridge looking good. No delay at the toll plaza. Your trip across the upper deck is a smooth one into San Francisco at this hour. BART is an excellent way to get around the bay. They have all trains on time. We do have a report of some sort of traffic hazard northbound 880 at A Street. The details rather sketchy, but we can tell you the CHP is certainly on their way to check it out. And a large piece of plastic is blocking the two right lanes eastbound 84 Dumbarton Bridge on the high-rise, so heads up for that. Your next update, 108 traffic leader, KCBS.
Mostly sunny skies around most of the Bay Area this afternoon with some fog. KCBS News Time 108. Mitch Thompson first for traffic with a look at your roads for you. His report is sponsored by National University.
New injury accident in Solano County on the Big Board westbound 80 east of Leisure Town Road. It looks like a big rig may have struck a car, and the roadway may be blocked here. The details rather sketchy at this point. It may be the on-ramp that's blocked. It may be the right lane of the freeway. But evidently one of these vehicles was knocked into the sound wall. The emergency crews, the CHP, they're on their way. Let's take a look at 280 and Highway 85 in the South Bay now with KCBS Sky 5, Kathy Coates.
Oh, very light traffic conditions northbound 280 as you leave Cupertino from Wolf Road into the Los Altos Hills, and 85 also at the limit from 280 over into Mountain View.
Slow traffic on westbound 24 from Wilder Road out to the Caldecott Tunnel. The Bay Bridge metering lights off long ago. Traffic not delayed at the toll plaza, and your trip across the upper deck is a smooth one into San Francisco. Great Highway southbound between Lincoln and Sloat. The southbound lanes closed for sand removal until further notice. Northbound lanes are open. First for traffic all day and all night. Your next update, 118 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Mostly sunny skies this afternoon with clouds persisting near the coast.
KCBS News Time 118. Back to the Orchard Supply Hardware Traffic Center where Mitch Thompson's got a look at the roads for us.
Westbound 80 after 505, Jack in the Big Rig called to let us know about this injury accident with multiple vehicles involved, most off to the center divide and right shoulder. Although emergency crews might have that left lane tied up. You're backed up from Leisure Town Road as a result. There's a separate accident reported in Solano County on Sassoon Valley Road at Interstate 80. And this accident with two vehicles involved blocks the on-ramp. One of the vehicles went off the roadway and landed in a ditch. The CHP is on scene. Back to Kathy Coates we go for a quick check-in. She's in KCBS Sky 5.
No delay either direction, 880 San Jose between 237 and 101.
Don't forget, Great Highway southbound is closed as you make your way through San Francisco between Lincoln and Sloat today for sand removal. And there's no estimated time for reopening those southbound lanes. Northbound is open. First for traffic whenever you're on the road. Your next update, 128 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Lots of sunshine this afternoon, except at the coast, where some clouds will stick around all day. KCBS News Time 128. Mitch Thompson's got his eye on traffic. His report sponsored by 76.
Westbound 80 after 505 in Vacaville. Multi-car crash. Center divide right shoulder. Emergency crews have the left lane blocked, and traffic is stacked up from Leisure Town Road and barely moving through that stretch. Let's check back in with Kathy Coates as she takes a look at 880 through Hayward.
Not a delay for northbound 880 drivers heading from Whipple all the way into Hayward to 238.
Northbound to 680 at the Ignacio Valley Road off-ramp. We have a stalled vehicle partially blocking the ramp there. And in San Mateo, South 101 after 3rd Avenue, watch out for a plastic bed. I don't know if that's a bed or a bed liner, but it's in the right lane. First for traffic whenever you're on the road. Your next update, 138 traffic leader, KCBS.
Expect mostly sunny skies for most parts of the Bay Area throughout the afternoon today. KCBS News Time 138. Back to traffic with Mitch. We are first for traffic, and his report is sponsored by the Grayton Resort and Casino.
First stop, Vacaville westbound 80 after 505. Multiple car accidents, center divide and right shoulder. Emergency crews at last check. They were still blocking off the left lane, and traffic was stacked up from Leisure Town Road. A look at 880 in the Fremont area. Here's KCBS Sky 5, Kathy Coates.
Northbound 880 traffic moves well if you're heading through Fremont. No delays from Mission all the way out to North Fremont Boulevard.
Kathy's going to be checking an accident for us on Paseo Padre between Chadbourne and Dorn in Fremont. A serious injury accident may have the roadway shut down there. Emergency crews along with the Fremont police on scene. San Francisco eastbound 80 already showing some slow traffic on the Skyway from 4th Street over to the lower deck of the Bay Bridge. San Mateo South 101 after 3rd Avenue. We have a large object that's on the roadway. It's in the right lane. First for traffic all day and all night. Your next update, 148 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Mostly sunny away from the water. We'll see some of those clouds sticking around all day long at the coast and bay. KCBS News Time 148. Mitch Thompson's got our traffic update, sponsored by AM/PM.
Westbound 80 after 505. Multiple vehicles involved in an accident in Vacaville off to the center divide and right shoulder mostly, but emergency crews, they're in the left-hand lane, and this has traffic stacked up from Leisure Town Road. Over to Fremont we go, where Kathy Coates has spotted an accident for us on Paseo Padre Parkway. Kathy, what's the latest?
Well, it is a major injury accident here in his residential section of Fremont. This stretch of Paseo Padre that is shut down between Dorn and Chadbourne, just south of Driscoll, and that is going to be your alternate until they're able to get this stretch of roadway reopened. This car has sustained some major damage. There is debris all over the roadway, so use Driscoll, Washington, and Mission as your alternates.
Westbound Highway 4 before Port Chicago Highway, we have a report of a bumper that's on the freeway. That's in the left lane. Eastbound 80 at the 7th Street off-ramp, a stalled vehicle blocks the left lane of that ramp. And southbound 101 after 3rd Avenue, an unknown object that's affecting the right lane of traffic. First for traffic with 1,000 reports a week. Your next update, 158 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
The KCBS 6-day forecast is calling for mostly sunny skies this afternoon. The immediate coastline. KCBS News Time 158. Mitch Thompson's in the Orchard Supply Hardware Traffic Center, which means he's ready to look at the roads for you.
We're going to head to the Nimitz Freeway with the look. KCBS Sky 5, Kathy Coates.
Nothing in your way for southbound 880 drivers through Hayward from 238 all the way out to Whipple.
Westbound 80 after 505, a big rig and multiple vehicles finally cleared to the right shoulder. Remember, the left lane and center divide had been blocked for a while there. Traffic is still slow from Leisure Town Road. In Concord, somebody lost a bumper westbound 4 before Port Chicago Highway. That is in the left lane. Southbound 280 before De Anza and Cupertino, a ladder on the freeway. It's in the 3rd lane from the left. Remember, if you hit that ladder, it's 7 years bad luck, beginning immediately. First for traffic 24/7. Your next update with Cheryl Rains at 2:08 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Sunshine around the Bay Area today, except at the coast where we've seen clouds hanging in there all day long. Some of them are burning off now, though. Highs in the
208, we've got KCBS traffic sponsored by Chevron Extra Mile. Here's Cheryl.
Oh, good afternoon. We are seeing that slowing out of San Francisco already on our Skyway here, East 87th Street. Getting out to the lower deck of the Bay Bridge once in the MacArthur Maze. Some help from Sky 5. Good afternoon, Kathy Coates.
Hey, good afternoon, Cheryl. Not a problem if you're heading off the lower deck of the Bay Bridge. Speeds are at the limit around the Berkeley curve and no delays on the East Shore Freeway for eastbound traffic. Westbound sluggish if you're heading from Ashby out to the Maze.
Nimitz looks good if you're heading through Oakland, San Leandro, and Hayward. Do have this accident in Fremont. Paseo Padre blocked in both directions between Washington and Driscoll due to a major injury accident. Your next update at 2:18 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
As for the KCBS Bay Area weather forecast, mostly sunny conditions this afternoon.
2:18, we've got more KCBS traffic on a Tuesday. Cheryl's in the Orchard Supply Hardware Traffic Center.
Overall, we're doing pretty well right now. Snow grade, 680, San Ramon Valley, all at the limit. We're going to look through Castro Valley. Sky 5, Kathy Coates.
Well, here is traffic doing well here too, Cheryl. I should say westbound 580 at the limit out of Castro Valley on to 238. No delays out to the Nimitz Freeway.
Yeah, we're just not used to saying that. So it's always backed up. So it's some good news. Your Nimitz, little slow in North 880 at Fruitvale, but nothing too bad there. 580 looks good. Heading out of San Francisco, though, quite the line already. East 80 from the 101 merge, getting onto the lower deck. And again in Fremont, we have a major injury crash working on Paseo Padre. It is closed between Chadbourne and Dorn Place. Your next update, 2:28 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Our KCBS Bay Area weather forecast reads as follows. Mostly sunny this afternoon, but clouds persisting at and near the coast.
2:28, we've got more KCBS traffic sponsored by McDonald's. Here's Cheryl.
Well, the worst of it, getting out of San Francisco already, North 101 Vermont Street, headed out to the Bay Bridge. Westbound Bay Bridge doing fine. Your Golden Gate, what a beautiful ride right now. Watch out in Walnut Creek, 680 North at North Main. A wheelbarrow somehow landed in the middle lanes of North 680.
And over a very serious accident in Fremont is Sky 5 Kathy Coates.
That's right. It's a single-car accident in the residential stretch of Fremont. Paseo Padre is closed in both directions between Dorn and Chadbourne. So basically, you're going to want to use Driscoll, Osgood, and Washington to get to Mission as your alternate through this stretch of Fremont.
Your next update at 2:38 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
KCBS Bay Area weather forecast sunny this afternoon, except for some stretches of clouds.
KCBS News Time 2:38. Let's talk KCBS traffic, sponsored by Farmers.
We have a brand new accident coming in. It looks like San Francisco, South 101. This is past Candlestick. Two vehicles, but they are blocking the two left lanes, and our traffic sensors showing things backing up pretty quickly on South 101, so definitely head over to 280 instead. Headed through Fremont over a pretty serious crash, Sky 5 Kathy Coates.
That's right. This stretch of Paseo Padre that is closed, southbound traffic at Driscoll, northbound closed at Chadbourne because of this major injury accident. So definitely you're going to want to use Driscoll, or you're going to want to use Mission Boulevard as your alternates as this detour continues.
Overall, we're doing pretty well, though, on Bay Area freeways. The one that's already very slow is San Francisco, North 101 from Cesar Chavez out to the lower deck of the Bay Bridge. Your next update at 2:48 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Slowly warming up out there. Temperatures into the mid-70s now. A lot of 60s readings, though, around. KCBS News Time 2:48. First for traffic with this update sponsored by AM/PM, and more now on that situation in Fremont. Here's Cheryl.
A fatal accident happened a little before 1 this afternoon. This is Paseo Padre Parkway. It's north of 680 to kind of put it in a bigger picture, and south of Driscoll. Actually, between Chadbourne and Dorn Place is where Paseo Padre Parkway shut down due to that fatal accident. Fortunately, a residential area, so not a heavily traveled part of Paseo Padre, but nonetheless, it's going to be shut down for a while. Very heavily traveled Sonol grade. We'll check in on it. Sky 5 Kathy Coates.
We're off to a good start for the afternoon commute for drivers that take the Sonol grade. Northbound 680 traffic is fine as you head up towards North Mission.
And Brisbane, it looks like we still have that crash. It's actually San Francisco, South 101, past Candlestick. They're clearing it out of the two left lanes, but that's why you were just stopped from 3rd Street. And North 101 just crowded to the Bay Bridge already from Cesar Chavez. 280 extension still in good shape. Your next update at 2:58 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
6-day forecast is a sunny and mild afternoon away from the coast. We're seeing high 60s. KCBS News Time 2:58. Word of a horrible accident in Fremont. Cheryl Rains has the latest. She is in the Orchard Supply Hardware Traffic Center.
This happened about 2 hours ago in Fremont. We're talking about Paseo Padre Parkway. It is shut down in both directions. This is north of 680 between Chadbourne Drive and Dorn Place is where this fatal accident happened. This investigation is going to go on for most of the afternoon. Fortunately, kind of a residential area, so not a heavily traveled part of Paseo Padre, but definitely an area to avoid right now. Sonol grade, that's starting to slow. We're starting to see all our afternoon commutes starting to form. North 680 South Mission to North Mission, and your Hayward slow in North 880. That'll be from Whipple, and head out to 238 and on to 238 right now. Berkeley, not bad at all. East 80, you're doing real well. West 80, speeds do dip between University and the Maze. Looks good across the upper deck, but the lower deck already very, very slow. North 101 from Cesar Chavez to the Span, and don't forget 7:15 baseball tonight out at AT&T. Heavy on the peninsula, but that is because of an accident. South 101, this is past Candlestick, still in the two left lanes, so it's backed up to 3rd Street. North 101 a little slow as well. Definitely use 280 instead. Your next update at 3:08 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Thank you, Cheryl. The KCBS Bay Area weather forecast calling for a lot of sunshine this afternoon. And
at 3:08, we've got KCBS traffic sponsored by National University. Here's Cheryl.
Little crowding on the peninsula. This accident in Brisbane, 101 southbound past Sierra Point Parkway. It looks like they're clearing it out of the two left lanes. Still very slow now from before 3rd Street and North 101 with a view of it also heavy. South 101 more slowing through Mountain View. It stretches. You're going to break tap there, Embarcadero to Shoreline. North 101 pretty typical out of San Carlos, Holly to Hillsdale. And that typical slowdown out of Santa Clara already formed. South 101 Lawrence Expressway to Oakland Road. The other bad spot right now would be San Francisco, North 101 slow from Cesar Chavez out to the Bay Bridge. And over in Pleasanton, brand new stall. This vehicle broke down on 580. It was westbound near Foothill, and it's blocking the slow lane. Your next update at 3:18 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
It's sunny and mild away from the coast with highs in the 60s to mid-70s Bayside, mid-70s to around 80 inland. 7:18, let's talk KCBS traffic. On a Tuesday afternoon, we've got Cheryl in the Orchard Supply Hardware Traffic Center.
Well, San Jose, your typical slow in South 101 and South 880 there between 237 and 101, but not good on Montague Expressway. We're just getting first reports of an accident in San Jose, westbound Montague between Zanker and First, possibly the 3 left lanes blocked. CHP's making their way to the scene, so we're going to head over to Castro Valley and check in with Sky 3 Derek Smith.
Good afternoon, Cheryl. Eastbound 580, nice and light so far. No delays from the Castro Valley Y over to the Dublin interchange. Stall westbound heading up the grade out of Dublin, west of Foothill San Ramon Road, has been moved safely off to the shoulder.
Anything but quiet in San Francisco. North 101 speeds really starting to dip. Cesar Chavez to the Bay Bridge, Golden Gate, beautiful ride. Even the Richmond Bridge getting there is fine, and it's fine through Marin, but Novato starting to see that slow down North 101 past Atherton Avenue. Your next update at 3:28 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
And now the Mancini Sleep World 6-day forecast. Hurry in to Mancini Sleep World's Sealy Resort Mattress Sale. Visit Sleep World.
KCBS News Time 3:28. We've got KCBS traffic with Cheryl Rain. She's got word of some BART delays.
15 minutes from Fruitvale. Apparently some kind of medical emergency at the Fruitvale station, so it's in all directions. All trains, Dublin, Pleasanton, Fremont, Richmond, and Daly City. 15-minute delays due to that medical emergency. Due to an accident, you are very slow in San Jose, Montague Expressway. This is westbound past Zanker. Reportedly, the 3 left lanes blocked. Our sensors are showing slowdown in the area. Sonola grade really starting to grind down north 680 now. South Mission to North Mission. The good news, it moves well through San Ramon and Walnut Creek. Not so lucky in Oakland on 880. Sky 3 Derek Smith.
Hey, looking okay out of downtown on the Nimitz, but some slow traffic starting right around Hagenberger down through that construction zone to Davis Street in San Leandro.
Your next update, 3:38 traffic leader, KCBS.
Our KCBS traffic update is sponsored by Mike's Bikes, and the Bay Area weather picture calls for sunshine this afternoon, clouds persisting at and near parts of the coast.
Jeff and Patty have more news after a check of the roads with Cheryl.
And it's bad news in Concord now. Brand new accident, Highway 4. It is eastbound past Port Chicago Highway. Reportedly debris in all the lanes there, so we're really seeing a backup build quickly now on eastbound 4. And on the Snow grade, brand new accident, 680 north at Durham. One car there blocking the middle lane, the other car is involved on the shoulder. 80 Berkeley, Sky 3 Derek Smith.
Just minor slowing at this point for the East Shore Freeway, eastbound direction. That starts at Powell Street, extends out past Ashby Avenue.
Pretty heavy to your Bay Bridge, North 101 from Cesar Chavez. If you want to use a peninsula, South 101 still a little slowing around Oyster Point because of an earlier crash. Otherwise looks good. And San Mateo Bridge in good shape. Our Allstate good hands right of the day. Montague Expressway in San Jose still have that accident westbound at North First, reportedly in the 3 left lanes. And Los Gatos, a backup at Bascom and Union. Apparently the signal lights are out at that intersection. Your next update at 3:48 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Our KCBS traffic update sponsored by National University. As for the Bay Area weather forecast, mostly sunny this afternoon. Those temperatures mostly... Down to KCBS traffic and weather at 3:48. We start with the traffic portion. It is sponsored by Safeway. And Cheryl Rains is taking us off to Concord and Highway 4 specifically.
What a mess. If you're stuck, it's eastbound 4 right past Port Chicago Highway where this injury crash is, blocking all the left lanes, only the right lane getting through. So now backed up well beyond 242 and just crawling past the scene. Very slow. It was already heavy on the snow grade. Now it crashed north 680 at Durham, blocking a middle lane and a lane blocked on your Bay Bridge, lower deck before the tunnel in the left lane. So it's really, really heavy now. North 101 from 280. On the East Shore, Sky 3 Derek Smith.
Seeing some slow traffic heading out through Richmond on eastbound 80. That starts right around Central Avenue. Does loosen up for good, though, once you get out past Solano Avenue.
You can see our sensors showing North 101 pretty heavy now through Novato. North 101 starting from Atherton Avenue. And eastbound 37 really starting to slow down Lakeville Highway to Arnold Drive. BART delays 20 minutes now. Fruitvale Station, some kind of medical emergency there, so it's from Fruitvale Station in all directions. Your next update, 3:58 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Let's talk about the Mancini Sleep World 6-day forecast. We're joined by KPIX 5's Paul Diano. Another mild afternoon. 3:58, let's talk KCBS traffic with Cheryl in the Orchard Supply Hardware Traffic Center.
Well, BART's still reporting major delays right now, all because of a medical emergency at the Fruitvale station. So that's where the delays are going to originate, and they're saying at least 20-minute delays in all directions right now. Looking at 680, we had a crash, snow grade north 680 at Durham being cleared from lanes. Still heavy South Mission to North Mission. And Montague Expressway reports of a crash westbound past North First, still blocking lanes. Looking at Highway 4, Sky 3 Derek Smith.
About that accident in Concord, eastbound 4. 4 out near Port Chicago was cleared pretty quickly down to the Willow Pass off-ramp. So all lanes have reopened there, but expect some sluggish traffic coming over from 680.
Pretty bad to the Bay Bridge, north 101 from 280, a stall before the tunnel in the left lane. Golden Gate northbound starting to bunch up at the toll plaza. Your next update, 408 traffic leader KCBS.
Thank you, Cheryl. The Bay Area weather forecast calling for partly to mostly cloudy skies at the coast and near the bay tonight, but
At 408, we've got KCBS traffic and weather together. The very latest from Cheryl Rains.
We're in Fremont on 680. There's another crash. This is North 680 near South Mission, blocking the middle lane, so it's extra heavy on your Sonoma grade tonight. Looking at 580 Livermore. Sky 4, good afternoon, Ellen Brooks.
Good afternoon, Cheryl. We're seeing some slowing moving out of the Dublin interchange over to El Charro, and it bogs down again just after 1st Street as you make your way to the Altamont Pass.
To the Caldecott, East 24 heavy from Broadway. Highway 4 eastbound jammed up into Concord, 680 to Port Chicago, where we had an earlier crash. And currently a new one in Richmond, 80 eastbound before Central, blocking a middle lane. Thank you, John of the KCBS phone force. Sierra Force is over Highway 37. Sky 3, Derek Smith.
Eastbound, there's already a long line of cars leaving the Novato side of things. Right at the Port Sonoma Marina, you'll find that heavy and slow traffic over to Highway 121.
Definitely slowing in Marin into the Golden Gate, getting a little worse northbound from the 19th Avenue merge in San Francisco. Still bad north 101 north of 280 to the Bay Bridge. And 280 extension just heavy on the 6th and King off-ramps. Your next update at 418 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
mostly sunny skies for the Bay Area this afternoon, and temperatures for the most part in the 60s to mid-70s range.
418, let's talk traffic. We've got Cheryl Rains in the Orchard Supply Hardware Traffic Center.
And bad news again for BART today. They're reporting delays on all the lines because of major delays. In fact, because of a medical emergency that's happening at the Fruitvale station. No estimated time of when that'll get cleared up. If you're on the peninsula, it is stop and go north 101 Woodside to Ralston. We do have 7:15 baseball in San Francisco. Those gates open in about an hour, and it's pretty darn heavy. North 101 from north of 280 to the lower deck. 101 Novato slowing. Sky 3, Derek Smith.
It's just minor slow and go traffic this afternoon as on northbound 101 starting at Atherton Avenue, extending to the landfill.
Heavy and Walnut Creek, north 680. We're seeing at Sycamore Valley to El Cerro against South Main to Treat, and 680. It's your Sonoma grade. Sky 4, Ellen Brooks.
A minor mishap now on the shoulder. An accident northbound 680 at South Mission. That's also where the slow traffic begins, leading around the bend to North Mission. A second pocket from Sheridan to Andrade.
Your next update at 428 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Now the Mancini Sleep World 6-day forecast. Hurry into Mancini Sleep World's Sealy Resort mattress sale. Visit sleepworld.com. Here's Paul Deanna.
There is another heat wave.
At 428, we've got KCBS traffic and weather together. We've got Cheryl in the Orchard Supply Hardware Traffic Center.
Right, we have 7:15 baseball tonight. We're seeing a slowdown out of San Francisco, North 101 Cesar Chavez, getting out to the lower deck of the Bay Bridge and getting a little worse, North 280 on the 6th and King off-ramps right now. Headed over into the North Bay, checking Marin Force is Sky 3, Derek Smith.
Slow traffic on northbound 101 starts right at Seminary Drive coming off the Richardson Bay Bridge. That extends up to Lucky Drive.
And it's still slow in Berkeley there, West 80 University to the Maze. East 80 a little bit heavier between the Maze and University to the Caldecott, jammed up East 24 from 51st, and a bus broke down in Foster City. It's 92 westbound before Mariners Island in the right lane in San Jose. Sky 4, Ellen Brooks.
Southbound 101, your commute showers right around the Lawrence Expressway as you work your way through Santa Clara into downtown San Jose at 13th Street.
And BART's still reporting major delays. A medical emergency at the Fruitvale station causing delays on all lines, at least up to 20 minutes. Your next update at 438 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Partly to mostly cloudy skies expected around the Bay Area tonight. Those lows in the upper 40s to mid-50s, mostly sunny. Traffic at 438. We are checking back with Cheryl Rains. Her update is sponsored by Hotel Del Coronado. Cheryl, where do you want to start?
Well, it was already a mess in San Francisco with Giants baseball coming up at 7:15. North 101 really, really slow from Cesar Chavez out to the lower deck. I mean, crawling along. And now an accident on the King off-ramp from northbound 284 cars at the bottom of that intersection. So that is coming to a complete halt. We have a stalled bus, 92 westbound near Edgewater in the right lane, and an accident. Highway 92 eastbound. CHP say it's near Lower Lakes and that they hope to have it cleared shortly. Otherwise, 280 looking great if you want to use that instead of our typical slowing on 101. Just some little slowing in Los Altos on 280. We'll make it our all-state good hands route of the day. Downtown San Jose in 280. Sky 4, Ellen Brooks.
Looking at a little sluggish traffic through the West Valley from De Anza over to Saratoga. Then again from Meridian out to 10th Street if you're opting for southbound 87. A pocket of slowing at Taylor. Taylor, then again 280 to Kirtner.
Livermore crash, 580 eastbound near Vasco, 4 cars, left lane blocked, and Berkeley, Sky 3 Derek Smith.
Eastbound direction of 80 now starting to stack up right in the MacArthur maze, but it loosens up out beyond University Avenue.
And your next update at 4:48 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
We are looking for clouds near the coast tonight. Clear inland with lows in the upper 40s to mid-50s. We'll wake up.
KCBS News Time 4:48. We've got traffic troubles in San Francisco. Those and all of our traffic trouble spots now. And this update sponsored by Mike's Bikes. Cheryl?
It was already unbelievably heavy. North 280 extension now on the King off-ramp at the bottom of that intersection. We have a 4-car crash blocking lanes, so it has come to a standstill on the North 280 extension. North 101, it doesn't sound like it's bad. It's just from Cesar Chavez, but it is crawling onto the lower deck that goes out to the tunnel on the peninsula. Sky 4 Allen Brook.
Brake lights aglow on northbound 101 as you move through Mountain View, Old Middlefield up to San Antonio, again from Woodside to 92. If you're southbound, look for slowing from University to Rainstorm.
Hollister, word of a fire, 152 near Dinosaur Point, so it looks like they are escorting cars through there a little slower than usual. Sonol Grade, this is pretty typical north 680 South Mission out to Andrade. In Dublin, Sky 3 Derek Smith.
Slow traffic on eastbound 580 right around the Foothills San Ramon Road exit is where it begins. It does loosen up, though, out around Santa Rita.
And a crash reported east 580 of Vasco in the left lane. Oakland, for some reason, slow east 580 from Grand out to 35th. And slow into Walnut Creek, north 680 from Stone Valley to Treat. Your next update at 4:58 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Let's talk about the Mancini Sleep World 6-day forecast. We're joined now by KPIX5's Paul Diano. What do you have for us? 4:58, we are catching up on KCBS traffic with Cheryl in the Orchard Supply Hardware Traffic Center.
All right, let's head over into the East Bay, where we want to stop through Livermore. Sky 3 Derek Smith.
We had an accident eastbound 580 approaching Vasco Road. That's over on the right-hand shoulder now, but you can expect some heavy traffic just beyond that point, right around the truck scales heading up to the top of the Altamont Pass.
Also have a live look at Hayward, Sky 4 Ellen Brooks.
Business slowing along northbound 880 from Dakota Road, moving up to Highway 238. Southbound just a tap of the brakes at Highway 92.
Morgan Hill, no stalls or accidents, but we are seeing some slow traffic south 101 past Bailey to before East Dunn. San Francisco still having north 101 Cesar Chavez to the Bay Bridge, really a crawl on the north 280 extension. We have an accident at the bottom of the King off-ramp there. 4 cars in the intersection. Golden Gate, what a beautiful ride right now. North 101, little slow in Marin, Richardson Bay Bridge to Paradise. And again, your Novato commute along to the landfill, but then it looks good into Petaluma. East 37, little extra heavy, Atherton Avenue to 121. Your next update at 5:08 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
And the KCBS Bay Area weather forecast, partly to mostly cloudy conditions tonight. Those lows in the upper 40s to mid-50s. Mostly sunny after morning overcast. Tomorrow, temperatures again in the 60s to mid-70s by the bay, up to around 80 degrees in the warmest spots inland. We have traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on All News 740 and FM 106.9 KCBS.
It's Tuesday, June 4th, 2013. Coming up on KCBS, I'm Holly Kwan with FBI crime staff.